Good morning, students. Welcome. Today we will be completing our chapter 2, part 1, page number 20, paragraph number 8. Not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audience in 1991. She was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award, says master percussionist James Blake. God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So, in a way of saying that, we feel and we listen and hear the music, and she feels that music. There is a lot of difference in that. So, she can express music more beautifully than an ordinary person. Paragraph number 9. Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic, means a person who wants to do something continuously, who wants to work and is addicted to work, is known as workaholic, and you cannot stop that person. He keeps on working more, so that's known as workaholic. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musician. That is obvious that she was actually deaf, so she had to work on music much more as compared to an ordinary person who plays or who is in this job of making music. So, but the rewards are enormous. Enormous means big, great. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concerts. See, she does not does a lot of free concerts also, but those concerts are in prisons and hospitals. There she performs for free. She also gives high priority to classes of the young musician, and she gives priority to the young music. Priority means to give more importance to those young musicians who are learning music, means especially to children and those who are new in this, to young musician. Anne Rachelin of the Beethoven Fund of Deaf Children says, these are her words, she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. Obviously, for the deaf children, she is an inspiration because they take it as in life they feel that they have something which is not normal in their life. They cannot listen, but when they see her perform, then they too can get motivated by it, that when she can do it, even we can do. So for the deaf children says, she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go, means even they, if she can achieve something, even they can. Paragraph number 10, the last paragraph of the chapter. Evelyn Glenn has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. Means she has accomplished so much that people of double of her age have not yet achieved. She has achieved at that age. She has brought percussion to the front of orchestra and demonstrated means shown, that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped. She has given inspiration to people, to those who are handicapped. People who look to her and say, and those people who look at her and say, if she can do it, I can. Obviously, they get inspired by her, that if she can do such a thing, then even we can. If she can do, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. And as we know that music always gives pleasure, it takes away the pain. So give enormous pleasure to millions, and she has given pleasure to millions of people throughout the globe. So here we come to the end of the chapter. We have to discuss the question answers. Don't worry about the previous chapters that I have done. Maybe we have not discussed the question answers. I will post a special video discussing the question answers, but from today we will begin discussing question answers as we complete the chapter, because the only reason was that the video were too lengthy, that's why it was I had deducted it a bit, but now we will discuss it with the chapter itself. So the first question here is page number 20, thinking about the textual question answer. Answer these questions in a few words or a couple of sentences each. First one is, how old was Evelyn when she went to the Royal Academy of Music? This is the first question. And the answer is that she was almost 17 years when she auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music, and that she had scored the highest marks in the history of the academy. So at the 11 she became profoundly deaf, and at the 17 she was auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music. The second question is, when was her deafness first noticed? When was it confirmed? Means when it was noticed and when it was confirmed that she is deaf. So when she was, we remember the incident in the chapter that the mother called her, but she did not listen. That was the age of 8, when she was 8 years old. That it was slowly, the parents also came to know that she is unable to listen to things, and when they were called out her name, she did not listen. Then by the time she reached the age of almost we can say 11, her marks had declined a lot, and from the school they called the parents and told her that she is unable to listen, so she should be shifted to the other school. So the age was almost 11. Next question, part 2. Who helped her to continue with music? What did he do and say? We had discussed this yesterday. So the percussionist Ron Forbes was the person who helped her to continue with the music. He inspired her, motivated her by he played two large drums and made her feel the vibration of those drums, to feel music through the ears, but not to feel through the ears, but through the vibrations of the rhythm that goes through the music. High drums were used, and she says that she could feel those on the waist high, and the low and the one at the lower waist she could feel the other drums vibration. So this was the answer for that. Next is, name the various places and causes for which Evelyn performs. Where she performs and for what are the causes. She performs, we have done in this lecture itself that she performs freely at the prisons and hospitals, and she gives more priority to the young musicians, those who are learning to them, and she's a inspiration for the, especially for the deaf people. Next question is, how does Evelyn hear music? This is the core of the main question we can say, based on the entire chapter, that how does Evelyn hear music? So as we know that she had nerve damage when she was small, almost when she was 8 years, 11 years at that times, and later on that damage, due to that damage she became, later on in the years she became profoundly deaf, and she hears the music's notes, she feels through the body. She says that it tingles her skin, the cheekbones, her hair, she feels up those vibrations up to the hair, and when she is playing the xylophone through the stick which is used to play, she feels those vibrations in her fingertips, and whenever she performs on the wooden platform, so that she can get the all the vibrations in her feet. She can feel those vibrations in her feet. She takes off her shoes and performs the orchestra. So here this we can say that we have just discussed the question answers. You can write the it would be a help to you to write down in the fair book that we'll go through, and don't worry about the previous chapters. I'll post a special lecture only discussing about the chapters that we have done. That was the poem The Road Not Taken. We'll discuss those question answers also, and before that we have done the first chapter about the fun they had. We'll discuss it, don't worry about it. We are going to do it in the next lecture. So this was the question answers that we have discussed. it will be a help to you. We will continue with the next lecture tomorrow, and most probably we will be discussing the question answers tomorrow, so that it would be a help to you. Thank you, and if you have any doubts you can message to me. I have sent the message in the group also in the class, so you can just message those to me if you have any doubt. We'll meet again. Thank you very much.